Make the prescribed contributions. Remember, registration and contribution to the National Health Insurance is mandatory by law. Be compliant, pay on time to avoid prosecution without further notice. National Health Insurance, leaving no one behind.
Wow, that over there is a very nice Ford. Have you seen it?
Of course. I have been looking at it since we got here. My worry is how people manage such vehicles and where they buy genuine parts from.
I'm sure there's nowhere else apart from Shuma Auto Parts. They are the only supplier of genuine Ford and Mazda parts, which comes straight from the manufacturer. They have everything in stock for both latest and ordinary Mazda and Ford. They also stock service parts such as diesel filters, aircon filters, diesel pumps, steering pumps, turbochargers, engine overhaul gaskets, suspension parts, and body parts. If they don't have parts you're looking for, they can order within 5 to 10 working days. To top it up, Shuma Auto Parts also supply Maxxis tires and CST tires.
Really? But where are they found?
They are found on Chandram Sonda Road, Cruiser Auto Workshop in Lusaka. Call on 0979 192057 and 0960747235. Email shumaautoparts@gmail.com. Shuma Auto Parts for all your genuine vehicle parts.
The Happy World of 5FM Radio, your adult contemporary radio station in Zambia, connecting you to the newsmakers and events that make news in the global village.
Good evening. This is the 5FM main news. The headlines. NGOCC demands a clear roadmap for constitutional reforms. Government refutes allegations that some illegal miners were allegedly killed by law enforcement officers in Kasempa. Niger's junta cuts diplomatic ties with Ukraine. This main news bulletin is also streaming live on the 5FM YouTube channel, 5FM Radio Zambia. With the details, I'm Hebert Mutavi. The non-governmental Gender Organizations Coordinating Council, NGOCC, has called on government to facilitate a constitutional review process through a standalone national referendum to ensure the inclusion of the expanded Bill of Rights in the Constitution. In a statement, NGOCC chairperson Grace Nkamba notes that the expanded Bill of Rights is important in uplifting the status of women and girls in society by guaranteeing them social, cultural, and economic rights. Mrs. Nkamba says the government must provide a clear roadmap on constitutional reforms that will ensure citizens prepare adequately for the process and get as much broad-based consensus as possible. She states that the government must show commitment to begin a clear process to allow for the much-needed reforms, as that process protects content. She adds that many other stakeholders recognize that the Constitution contains many problematic clauses, especially the very limited Bill of Rights. As such, a review is still very necessary. Labour and Social Security Minister Brenda Tambatamba has refuted allegations by former President Edgar Lungu that some illegal miners were allegedly killed by law enforcement officers who went to disperse the said miners who have recently invaded gold mines in Kasempa. Addressing journalists in Lusaka today, Mr. Mbatamba, who is also Kasempa Member of Parliament, says a check at all the health facilities in the district has revealed that no such death was recorded in the district. Mr. Mbatamba has also refuted reports that the said mines that have been invaded by illegal miners, who include foreign nationals, are dormant. She says the said mines have legal license holders, and that is the reason police had to move in and remove the illegal miners that were trespassing on the mines.
I'd like to clarify that the gold which was recently discovered was not found at Shindomona, was not found on barren land or land that has got no ownership. The area in question at Shindomona in Dengwe Ward is an established mining zone, individuals with full mining rights. So that place is not just an open area where everyone and everybody can go to begin to extract.
And Mines Minister Paul Kabuswe has warned that they risk losing their licenses should they allow illegal mining in their licensed mines, saying it is their responsibility to ensure no such activities happen on the land that has legally been given to them.
I also want to respond to our colleagues from TIZ that the responsibility of making sure there is no illegal mining anywhere, including Senseli mine, including Kasempa mine, Mulopwe, is the responsibility of the license holder to make sure there is no illegal mining. So when somebody makes a very damaging statement to say government has been watching illegal mining, for example, at Senseli, no, the owner of that license, the Senseli license, is actually owned by two Zambians. One is Mr. Max Mutale, the other one is Mr. Chimba, who owns that license.
Information and Media Minister Cornelius Mwetwa has justified government's awarding of a contract to First Quantum Minerals, FQM, to haul maize from Tanzania to Zambia, saying the decision was in the spirit of prudence. Speaking at a media briefing in Osaka today, Mr. Mwetwa explains that because FQM is currently transporting copper to Tanzania, the government is only paying for a one-way trip. Mr. Mwetwa says the contract was subjected to bidding and FQM was found to have more trucks, and it was also cheaper to transport the commodity as there are no other fees being paid. He says he is shocked that every company that is given a contract to carry out government works then is allegedly attributed to be owned by friends of the president. The government has awarded First Quantum Minerals a $500,000 contract to transport relief maize imported from Tanzania to address food insecurity following the drought of 2023-2024.
This change is beginning to manifest itself in our midst. Yes, we know, and we are cognizant as government of the fact that we are in a difficult situation, primarily precipitated by this drought, which has caused electricity shortage, deficit, water shortages. It has caused food shortages. But again, your government has risen to the challenge. You are seeing the meaningful investments and promotion of investments and incentives being put to stimulate alternative energy generation in the energy sector.
Education Minister Douglas Siakalima has reiterated that it is a requirement for all teachers to register with the Teaching Council of Zambia, TCZ, because of the critical role they play in the education system. Mr. Siakalima has said that the importance of teachers cannot be overemphasized because they create all professionals. The Education Minister said it is for this reason that teachers must register with the TCZ, a body mandated to regulate the teaching profession. Mr. Siakalima was speaking at his office today when a delegation from the Malawi Teaching Council, led by their chairperson, Professor Joseph Chimombo, paid a courtesy call on him. The minister said teaching councils are critical because of the role they play in regulating the teaching profession. In other news trending this evening, The deputy head teacher of Kafulwe Primary School in Mununga area, Chiengi district, identified as Mr. Mwale, was found dead near the Kalungwishi riverbank this morning. The Zambia Congress of Trade Unions, ZCTU, has challenged the trade unions and civil society organizations, CSOs, in the country to collaborate in advocacy for good governance and the transparent administration of national affairs. Up next, business news.
5FM Radio Business News. We mean business. Keep you current in commerce, trade, and industry, local and global. It's our business to keep you informed about business.
In business news, power utility firm ZESCO has encouraged their customers to adopt net metering initiative, which was launched in order to contribute to renewable energy sources. ZESCO Principal Engineering Planning, Jason Chiti, said that once customers are on net metering, it will also give them an opportunity to start trading with the power utility company. He said that this will also help customers save on their monthly energy bills, as they will also be generating power. Mr. Chiti further explained that as the nation is moving towards a more sustainable and a greener Zambia, the country needs such initiatives to contribute to renewable market.
As commercial customers is that they'll be able to kwacha worth of units in a month, but you're generating 800 kwacha worth of units in a month, meaning you only need to pay ZESCO about 200 kwacha worth of units. So you'll be able to save that 800 kwacha worth of units, reinvest in another business or anything else that you want, or even realize the investment that you put back in your renewable energy system. So that's a good thing for customers. And for the nation, how does that play part? Well, we're moving towards a more sustainable future, a greener Zambia. So as a customer, you're contributing towards the renewable energy market.
Meanwhile, Water Development and Sanitation Minister Collins Nzovu commended ZESCO for the initiative. He said that net metering should be adopted by all Zambians, adding that the deficit the country is facing is an opportunity for businesses to adopt.
Deficit is an opportunity for businessmen, but not only for businessmen, but for yourself as well. I intend to register soon. I think from what has been installed at my place, there's excess. So I'll be trading very soon.
Ends business news.
5FM Radio Business News. We mean business. Keep you current in commerce, trade, and industry, local and global. It's our business to keep you informed about business.
In foreign news, Niger has cut diplomatic ties with Ukraine, a move which signals a burgeoning rift between some West African states and Kiev. Niger's military government said it made the move in solidarity with neighboring Mali, who severed their own relations with Ukraine 2 days ago. Both countries cited comments by a Ukrainian military official who suggested that Kiev played a role in the killings of dozens of Malian soldiers last month. Here's a roundup from the BBC for other world news stories.
A court in Britain has handed down jail terms to the first people to be convicted of violent disorder since a wave of rioting began more than a week ago. Nearly 400 people have been arrested since a mass stabbing in Southport in which 3 young girls were killed. The Bangladeshi economist and Nobel Prize winner Muhammad Yunus has called for calm and new elections in the country after agreeing to lead an interim government. Mr. Yunus said trust in the government should be restored quickly and that a roadmap to new elections was needed. Thailand's constitutional court has ordered the dissolution of a political party that won the most seats in last year's general election. The court ruled that the Move Forward Party's proposal to reform the current ban on any criticism of the monarchy was tantamount to overthrowing the entire state. President Putin has accused Ukraine's armed forces of carrying out a large-scale provocation by mounting a cross-border incursion into the Russian region of Kursk. Mr. Putin accused the attackers of firing indiscriminately at civilian buildings.
In sports news, Lee Carsley is expected to be the interim manager of the England men's senior team when they play their Nations League games against the Republic of Ireland and Finland next month. Carsley led England under 21s as they won the European Championship in 2023 for the first time in 39 years. Gareth Southgate resigned as England manager 2 days after defeat by Spain in the 2024 Euros final last month. The path from under 21's manager to caretaker boss of the senior team is well trodden, with Howard Wilkinson, Stuart Pearce and Southgate all stepping up after taking charge of the young Lions. We now have the evening weather report. Stay tuned.
Class Econ Roofing Africa.
Class Econ Roofing, plot 17100 off Katanga Road, 150 meters from Mumbwa Road, Chinika Industrial Area, Lusaka. Class Econ Roofing. Class plus economy.
Class Econ. Class Econ Roofing Africa. Class Econ.
Eastern, Muchinga, Northern, Luapula, Copperbelt, Western, Southern, Lusaka, Central and Northwestern provinces, clear skies, windy at times, and mild to cool. Ends the evening weather report.
Class Econ. Class Econ Roofing Africa.
Class Econ Roofing, plot 17100 off Katanga Road, 150 meters from Mumbwa Road, Chinika Industrial Area, Lusaka. Class Econ Roofing. Class plus economy.
Class Econ. Class Econ Roofing Africa. Class Econ.
That item brings us to the end of the news, but before we go, a recap of the top stories. NGOCC demands a clear roadmap for constitutional reforms. Government refutes allegations that some illegal miners were allegedly killed by law enforcement officers in Kasempa. Niger's junta cuts diplomatic ties with Ukraine. On behalf of the entire news crew and the technical department, thank you for listening to the Happy World of 5FM. Stay safe and stay tuned to 5FM Radio. I'm Herbert Motabi.